Ravens fans, I truly don't know what to say. I haven't known what to say for the past 30 minutes. I'm speechless, truly. As your Baltimore Ravens drop the first game on the season in Highmark Stadium on the road to the Buffalo Bills 41-40. The same place where 231 days ago your season ended. And I get it, you got a lot more football left to be played, but this one really, really stung. As you were up at 1 point, 15 points in the fourth quarter. The good news out of all this is we're going to be here no matter what. Whether you are mad, sad, happy, anything, we've got you covered right here on the Ravens Rundown. We're one of the fastest growing Ravens YouTube channels on this platform. So if you have not joined us yet, make that change today. Hit that subscribe button and join us for daily free coverage. My number one takeaways, just what an embarrassing effort, man. What an embarrassing into that game. You just absolutely choked it. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. There's no way to get around it. That is just what happened. You blew that ball game. You're up 15 points in the fourth quarter. You're not the Cleveland Browns. You're not the New York Jets. You're the Baltimore Ravens. You can't blow that football game. Defense, you got to come up with a stop at some point. I get it. Derrick Henry fumbled the football. But the offense put 40 points on the scoreboard, and you lost that ball game. 40 points. Are you kidding me? They made Josh Allen look like Superman. They could not do anything, and you blew it. You did not have the competitive culture to stand down and make a stop when you needed to make one. You just let them do whatever you wanted. You pissed down your leg. I don't know what I don't know what to say other than it was just an embarrassing effort for everybody. For the defense, hell, for the offense in the fourth quarter, for this coaching staff, for Zach Orr, for John Harbaugh, embarrassing all the way around. Number two, one of the reasons you pissed down your leg was because this pass rush was just non-existent. It was non-existent, guys. That can't happen. It's the same reason you lost to Buffalo in the playoffs, because you couldn't pressure the quarterback. And when you're playing number 17, when you're playing Josh Allen, and he has all day to stand back there, pat the ball, and deliver a strike, you're going to lose that game. Every single time. If he has zero pressure, and you're giving wide receivers years to get open, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You have to get pressure. I get it. Buffalo has a good offensive line. Guess what? Baltimore has some pretty damn good pass rushers. 2 guys get double-digit sacks last year. Okay? Kyle Van Noy, Dafe Owe. You got the second best pass rusher in the draft this last draft, in Mike Green. It was non-existent. It wasn't there. They weren't able to do anything. Josh Allen out all day to throw. That's why guys like Jaire Alexander were getting burnt. That's why this secondary wasn't able to stop anybody or cover anybody. That's why everybody was wide open, because Josh Allen had all the time in the world. Grade the Ravens' performance against the Buffalo Bills, A, B, C, D, or F. The funny thing is you can't even grade it an F. That's the sad part. You can't, because you put 40 points on the Bills, and you were up 14 points in the fourth quarter. You could grade the fourth quarter an F. You could do that all you want, but the game itself, it's such mixed emotions, mixed feelings, and mixed opinions. But that's why I leave it up to you guys to let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure that you guys do me a favor and do yourselves a favor by downloading the PrizePicks app using code CLNS to give yourself $50 in lineups when you just play $5. This episode is brought to you by our friends over at PrizePicks. And look, you and I make decisions every day. But on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. They offer Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. PrizePicks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and does not return, PrizePicks won't count as a loss. And my favorite part is PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You could double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. A great example here today. Derrick Henry, more, 84.5 rush yards, that hit. Lamar Jackson, more than half a pass yard, that hit. Josh Allen, 32.5 rush yards. I don't have the stats with me. I don't think that hit, but the good thing is if you were flex playing that, you would still win this PrizePicks lineup. Because when you use flex play, you don't have to win every single pick. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. The link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. PrizePicks, it is good to be right. My third takeaway of today, Jaire Alexander was absolutely abysmal. I can't think of a worse debut for a Ravens player in the history of this franchise, in the history of this team. I mean, he was embarrassing out there. Not only did he have the horrible pass interference that gave them a fresh set of downs, but he also absolutely screwed up that coverage that found Keon Coleman for they crossed the 50, got down to the 34-yard line, and then he got absolutely dropped in the middle of the field to play right after it. I was excited about the Jaire Alexander signing. I loved it, especially for the money that you paid for him. But that effort's not going to cut it. That play is not going to cut it, okay? In fact, it shouldn't even be close. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know if he's 100% healthy. But if that's the excuse for Jaire Alexander, then sit him until he is. Because that version of Jaire Alexander is not as good as some of the guys you have on the bench. It can't be. Because guess what? It really couldn't get much worse than what he showed out there tonight. Derrick Henry, we got to talk about Derrick Henry. It was such an up and down game from him. And it pains me to put even the down in there because it would have just been up if he didn't fumble the football at the end. Because what he was doing was unbelievable. 18 carries, 169 yards, 9.4 yards a carry, and 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. He was unbelievable. Every time he touched the rock, it seemed like special things happened. And both of his touchdowns were like 20-plus yard rushes. One of them was like 40 yards. He still has got it, guys. And I know we're mad at him for fumbling. That gave the ball back to Baltimore. That was a massive mistake. It was the catalyst in this game. It's the thing you can point to and say that's the reason you lost the football game. I get that. But he's also the reason you scored 40 points. He's special. And everybody's waiting for Derrick Henry to finally become human again. Let me tell you, that's not going to happen this season. He's still a freak. He's still a Greek god. He's just got to hold on to the football, and he knows he made those mistakes. Look, he knows it. It hurts him more than it hurts any of us. So, up and down game for the King, but still, he's out there. He's got me excited for the rest of the season. Number 5. This is where I'm going to leave us, guys. I'm going to try to leave us on as positive of a note as I can. Look, you got 16 more of these things. I know this hurt. I know it stung. And I know at the end of the season and the AFC playoff picture, we're probably going to look back to this game and say, damn, if you just would have won that, you might be able to get this first seed and you might be able to get a bye in the first round of the playoffs. But at the end of the day, you got 16 more of these. Your game is not defined in week 1. Your season's not defined in week 1. Last year's season was not defined in week 1. You still went 12-5. You won a playoff game. You almost won 2. Obviously, this one hurts. It sucks. It's confusing. It's embarrassing. It's frustrating. It's upsetting. It's anything you want it to be. But at the end of the day, you still have a lot of football ahead of you. And they know that. Look, they're professionals. They know that more than we do. It hurts them more than we do. But they also know they got a lot of football ahead of them, okay? So now you got to bounce back next Sunday. You got the Cleveland Browns. That's the bummer about this loss, man. You had a gauntlet to start this thing off. 4 games. On the road against Buffalo. On the road against Kansas City. At home against Detroit. You wanted to get one of those 3. Detroit, Kansas City, Buffalo. At least one of those. You had the chance to do that tonight. Now you got to either go on the road against Kansas City, win that ball game, or win the ball game against Detroit, or hell, win both of them. And you have to take care of business against Cleveland next Sunday. Oh, what's your one-word reaction to the game? This should be fun in the comment section. Let me know down below. I think mine is just embarrassment or choke. One of those two. Wasn't good enough. That's all I know. And they're going to be better. They have to be better. And they will be better. And we don't have to go to the end screen for this, Gage. We can just tell our friends goodbye. And, hey, we will see you on our next video. Make sure you subscribe. Stick by the channel. And we'll see you next time.